Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is going on? It's your boy Chad. How you guys doing? I missed last week. I was in Maine, in case you were not aware. Apologies. I honestly don't even know what week this is. This week 5 that we just did, or week 6 that we just did? We just did week 5. I don't even know how we already just did week 5, but what are you gonna do? Probably try to do this pretty quick. Not really feeling amazing, so I apologize if my energy is not as high as it would be, as I would like it to be, but it's what it is. Anyway, let's jump in before I make this intro 5 hours long. The first series, we got Goon Squad versus GRIN Swift. We'll jump in here. GRIN Swift. I think you're lacking a little bit of tank here. Slaughter likes to kind of jump in and counter initiate, or initiate. ABBA can kind of get gone on here, so that's not terrible. I actually think this is a pretty well-rounded draft. You don't really have any parents for the Grimstroke, but Grimstroke's not a hero I think you need parents for. I think he's good alone. Goon Squad, they go... Oh, interesting. Okay, so Puck's good. They got a lot of team fight. I like Undyne and Phoenix together because it's like you gotta kill the egg or you gotta kill a Tombstone, but you can't kill both. So in response, I would have liked maybe a... Actually, I mean, but then you just trap him with Puck. So this is a really good draft, actually. Goon's got wicked good team fighty. You just got to play split push on GRIN. I like this a lot. This is so well-rounded. Individually, I think this is a better draft, but in this game, I think this is a better draft, if that makes sense. Goon Squad's starting off pretty hot with towers, and then kills the Grimstroke. Oh, Terrorblade's fighting already at 14 minutes. I love this Void Spirit set. Wow, they're bringing the whole team. It's literally a 5v1 mid. Now they're TPing. Phoenix Egg deep. Yeah, that's a good Phoenix Egg. Ooh, the Terrorblade defensive Sunder. Buyback? This dude's definitely dead, yeah. They go back in, though. Instant silence, that's why I love Grimstroke against... Oh, no, that's... Grimstroke was on his team. Never mind. I hate life. Damn, this Puck does so much damage. Game number 2. Goon Squad. I go with both Axe and Phoenix again. Disruptor, you love to see a Disruptor. And by you, I mean me. Nothing too crazy here. GRIN Swift, they get the Puck. It's a pretty solid draft, too. I think here, I guess the Axe front lines, you got the Void Spirit to draw out the spells. I hate when there's a Puck against me as Disruptor. Again, 2 very solid drafts, honestly. Could go either way. I'll probably go with GRIN Swift here. I think this is a little bit more well-rounded. You don't have... I think the one thing lacking on Goon Squad is Disruptor wants to run at you, and you don't really have any run at you here except for Axe, and I guess you can play that way with Void Spirit. But like your other support isn't a run at you support, which I think is a big missed opportunity, so I'll go GRIN here. But 2 very good drafts. Oh, they're going on the Wraith King here. He's got Radiance already. They blow him up, so that's pretty fast. Oh, they catch the Puck though with that Void Spirit. That was sick. Yeah, Wraith King. Oh, the Banish? Wow, I don't even know what just happened that fight. That's why I would not be a good caster. I don't know how Radiant turned that around. That happened kind of too fast for me. So it's going to be a 2-0 for Goon Squad here. This game was pretty close until that fight mid, and then it looked like Goon Squad held their advantage really well. And then game 2 here looked like it was very, very brawly, which I think is exactly what you want with this type of lineup. Make room for your Wraithkin to farm until he can't die, and just brawl. I think really well done by Goon Squad. Good series overall. I think the drafts for both teams, both games were very good, which is always good to see. I think, you know, you're giving yourself a fighting chance when you have a good draft, no matter who you're against. So, good series overall. Good job by both teams. Alrighty, the second series of the day, we got Big Dingos versus Bunnies and Rats. So, Dingos, they go with Okay. I feel like this is a pretty classic Dingos draft. I know they like the Centaur and all these. This is like pretty typical Dingos draft, honestly, I feel like. Bunnies and Rats, they go with... Okay, so mid-gyral I don't love. I actually think Willow and Axe are pretty good together. I think Shaman's better with Ursa, but I think Witch Doctor can work, especially if you get Maledict on him, and then the Ursa does his attacks a lot. The burst attack thing. You can blow people up really well. I'm going to go with Dingo's draft here. I think it's extremely well-rounded. You got two heroes that like the front line. You got one hero that never really gets in the fight at all until they're ready to use all their spells. You got the Lena, who's basically sniper. Then you got the team fight from Wyvern. So I think this is really well-rounded. Plus the heal. They got the Holy Locket. Good draft by Dingos, I think. Oh, that insta blink. They do get the Wyvern, which is huge. That's like the... Oh, that fear brought them towards them? That pathing was wild. Fortunately, the Axe is low, so you have no tank, so you should back out here if you're Rats and Bunnies, I think. Or Bunnies and Rats. Lena just kills them. Oh, really good fight for Dingos here. They're 18k ahead. But Witch Doctor just doing no damage with his ulti. It's too tanky. Dude, this Lena's a legitimate sniper. Showing off you got vision because you can. Oh, they don't even go. Oh, yeah, they do. Game number 2. Bunnies and Rats went with a Techies. Is this a mid Techies? Mid Techies. So I actually had to play this in my pub the other day. And I was against a Dragon Knight. And it went okay in lane, but then our team lost because it's like, well, we don't have any mid hero that like hits a peak and wants to take fights, because I even tried to build Fighty. So I don't know how good this is. I actually think it's bad, but that's me. You get some greedy cores there, so it should work out. Dingos, they go with the Centaur again. The Phoenix, Mid-Venge, that's a classic Dingos. Let me see here. I wish they went Shaman last game and Witch Doctor this game. I mean, I definitely like Dingos better, the draft here. I don't like mid-techies, but Wind Ranger, Dragon Knight's not terrible lane. Dazzle, Juggernaut's not terrible lane. Honestly, you could have just put the Wind Ranger mid here and the Techies 4 position. It would have been a better draft, but... I mean, they have a lot of melee here. Even Advantage is like terrible range. So it's not a terrible Techies game. I'm just gonna go with the Techies. The Techies has. He's a better Techies player than me. He does have Shard, which is, I think, good. Oh, this Dragon Knight's deep. Oh, what a Techies suicide. They're just too far ahead. Oh no. Rampage! Oh my god. Guys, I caught a Rampage. Rampage for the mid-veg. And he's dead. He's literally not even alive for the Rampage. Alrighty, so a 2-0 for Dingos here. Let's see, what was I gonna say? This one, very team fighty. I think both teams drafted relative team fight lineups, or at least played that way, and it felt like the Dingos team fight was just a little bit better. Mostly, I think, because the Wyvern. I think the Wyvern's just so good right now. And then game 2, it felt like, basically, it was like the one clip I saw, it just felt like it was hard for Dingos really do anything. I really should have watched this mid matchup. Not Dingos. Bunnies and Rats to do anything. I should have watched this matchup to see how it went. They actually have pretty decent. They picked a 17 and then they went Phoenix Wraith King. So I like the core Venge because it's like you die from Techie's Minds, who cares? And then the Wraith King, you die, you just respawn. So this is actually a pretty good draft by Dingos against the Techies. But Overall, pretty good series. I love to see Bunnies Rats playing techies. I've been playing a lot of techies recently. I think he's a lot of fun. And this guy is definitely a better techies than me. They're level 20, and I'm level 5. So, got a long way to go before I'm really annoying. But, GG's, good series. Alrighty, the third series. We got Victoria's Secret 6-player versus Extra. This is probably a super hype series, honestly. Let's see. Toast I thought was their offlaner, but I guess he's been playing carry. Playing the Drow. I like Darkseer. Let me go Venge. I don't love this support duo. 6-player, super greedy here. All melee cores, which isn't terrible, especially if you get the... I would have liked to see, if you're going all melee cores like this, I would have liked to see maybe a Marauder instead of a Lion or something like that. I think A is pretty good right now, but I guess they did go Dazzle. They last picked the Dazzle too. Interesting. Which draft do I like better? I kind of like the Extras draft. They don't have a parent for the Darkseer. I wish maybe like a Clockwork. I don't know if Dan plays any of these heroes. Clockwork, Earth Spirit, stuff like that. Nyx Assassin would have been really good this game. Especially against the Sand Cane and the Ember. Nyx Assassin would have been nasty. Instead of a Dazzle here. I just think this is a little greedy out of 6-player. You don't really have any space creators with their supports in offlane. You kind of have to like stomp mid and then use Ember as a space creator. So I'll go Extra.
They can just keep going at it. It's gonna siege this high ground. Oh, the Gus is gonna get dodged out too. There goes the Ember Spear. Greedy jumping in, jumping in, and it's gonna be able to Sand King. Oh, the epicenter is going out as well. Has on the damn ground. We'll throw the shot. Brave. Machine back here. BK beat up, trying to do some splash damage. This is gonna be able to kill off anyone. Dragon Tail onto the AA though. We have Doppelganger gonna be following Dan Rather, but there goes the Gus at the same time.
Just can't kill anyone.
Frost Arrow is gonna be wailing against Tyro. First one to fall is gonna be the Lion. And then we have under that the GAM. This is numero uno. Will fall on the Vector Sphere. There goes the...
She's doing work in the background.
What? It's gonna kill off three players on the side of 6 players that fall out. We need the Blink Dagger coming in from the Dragon Tail. Doppelganger is gonna fall out. Dragon Tail, find who the real one is. Oh, Paul's the layout. You need to get out of there, buddy. Low on mana, low on health. The Greedy's coming in. There goes the Shallow Grave. They're not gonna be able to kill him anytime soon. Look at the Hex. They kill off Tyro. Greedy will clean up. It's gonna be able to dodge out that magic missile. Not for long though. There is the rest of the team coming in. Fart sounds going out. Mac Moister, thank you again for the subscription. I'm just gonna kill off Brady there though.
Alright, game number 2. Let's see, anything crazy. I like this. Oh my god, I love this. So Grimstroke, Lich, and Void. If you get like a 3-man chrono, you get the Grimstroke ulti and the Lich ulti. They're all just dead. Actually, I go mid silencer. Here's the Nyx Assassin. I wish it was last game, honestly. I think it would have been better. And then, I don't know, it could have been banned, guys, so ignore me. I'm just talking out loud. I think I definitely like 6-player here. They got a very clear wombo combo. They got the center to disengage if they don't like it. And then the Wind Ranger, I think, is a pretty good snowball hero anyway. So I'll go 6 players draft here. I like that a lot.
Oh, they kill onto the Nyx Assassin. They saw him. They had the sentry up here. Do they want to follow up for more? No, they do not. Ooh, so a Roshan attempt. 21 minutes into the match. Spoopy.
Careful, down bomb.
Bomb! Get out of there, buddy. I think the next button. There's the stone gaze onto Tyro. Tyro! Soulbine's gonna go onto one end to the. There it goes.
Oh!
I didn't have there long enough. The Blade Man is gonna kill off the Wind Ranger. And is that all of Secret 6-player down? Yes, it is.
So this series, excuse me, is going to be a 2-0 for Extra. So game 1 was very good. There were so many fights I wanted to show. Extra just did a really good job coming back here. They're laying the game until they could win. I'm very impressed. And then game 2, I think Extra played really well. What was I gonna say about game 2? From what I saw, it looked like the team fights were there. It looked like Extra was getting the jump on 6-player, and then that was messing up their combos. So I think it was just really, really, really well done by Extra. I don't think Victoria's Secret is a bad team. I think they're one of the better teams this year, right? I guess I haven't looked since really my last video on how everyone's been doing in the standings, but I think Victoria's Secret's a good team, so I don't know. A very good showing from Extra there. Good series. The fourth series, we got UnRivaled versus Copium Krab. Alrighty. Let's see. UnRivaled, they got the Leshrac I really like, and the Terrorblade. Wow, they first phased the Terrorblade. They're that confident. I respect it. You're definitely very, very greedy with this core trio. So that's my first red flag. But, you know, it is how it is. Copium, they go... See, I like this. So, like, Ember can be really greedy, and then Gyro can be not as greedy of a carry. And then you get a Space Creator with T's Mars here. I think... Let me see. I like it with the Lion. I think I like Copium's draft here a lot. I like the confidence in first phase in the Terrorblade, and you even get Lesh, which is a pretty classic Terrorblade counter. I just don't love the Bristleback. I think maybe you go something a little bit more either teamfighty or catch. So I'll go Copium here. I think their farm priority is pretty decent spread. You do have a lot of melees. I mean, I even consider Gyro a semi-melee because of its short attack range. But I like it. Oh, this is for Megas. Gyro's pretty farmed. Do you have any... Oh, hold on. Kind of killing the Bristle. Oh, he ate cheese. That was good cheese. Revenge almost? Oh, the Mars ulti! Oh my god. How is he not in the Mars ulti? Satanic, but someone has a Scatty, right? Yeah, Scatty's messing up his regen. Oh my gosh. The base defense, are they gonna kill the Bristle? I don't think so. Oh, they killed the Bristle. Let's go. Wow. Willow dies, almost missed that. Wow. Game number 2, Copium. They got the Luna. Luna's really good. The offlane Chaos Knight I don't like. I feel like I say this every time I see an offlane Chaos Knight. I feel like you have to get the Ags, and then even if you do, there's just so many other offlanes I think that do a better job. But, I mean, again, maybe it fits exactly what they were looking for with their draft. I don't know team comps ever, like what teams are saying. UnRivaled, they go with mid-Necro. You don't see a lot. Interesting. Carry PL. So it's basically a 4 protect 1. You got the push. You got the wave clear. I like UnRivaled's draft a lot here. Hoodwink, I think, is one of the best heroes in this patch. You got good ways to invade jungle and go on the Luna. So I'll go UnRivaled here. I like the draft a lot. The carry here. Or no. Is that the other team? Oh, shit. I totally just missed whatever just happened. I know the Luna ulti. It's got radiance. Oh, this line's a little deep. Oh, his team saves him. Goes back in. Uh-oh. That's a 4v3. Oh my. Not even any buybacks, were there? Wow, so a 2-0 for UnRivaled. I don't even know what I've missed the past 2 weeks, but Copium Krab and six player were at the top, I thought, and now they both got 2-0 this week, so really, really good week. I love when Archon Dota is not like one team wins it all, so I love Copium Krab, but you know, I'm glad to see UnRivaled getting some wins on them. Obviously, we'll see playoffs who's the best team, but very good series overall. This game was super brawly, as you can see with the graphs. This fight kind of started it, and then I just didn't think it'd be like a really good fight to show. I don't know, because there's like 3 deaths, but then this is what started it, and their timestamp's a little off. So this one just had the most deaths, so I showed that. And then game 2, it was super, super, super close, 25 minutes, that one team fight, and then UnRivaled held their advantage really well. So both these teams are very good series overall. I hope to see another matchup in playoffs with these two teams. because I think it'll be really fun to watch. So, good series. Alrighty, the 5th series, we got hog.lmao versus Midnight.Impulse. Hog, they go with, you got the puck. It's just an offlane hoodwink I don't love. I think I've said that before. I think it's a really good hero, but I think it's a really good support. Midnight.Impulse, you got a little bit of a farm issue, I think, with the TA and the Medusa, but that's okay. I think I would have rather seen, if you're going to go TA, go someone who can make space, like a Gyrocopter or, you know, Carry Venge, something like that. Ursa, or if you're going to go Medusa, make something, you know, Spirit or something. So, I guess the 2 things I don't like, the offline hoodwink and then the farm priority issue. I really like Disruptor, but you don't have anyone else to follow it up. You can play pretty aggro with TA. Maybe that's the style. You win lane hard. You just don't farm creeps. You farm heroes. I like the puck. I think Fatal Bonds with puck and gyro is super good. Plus Lich. I'm gonna go Hogs draft here. I just think their team fight is so good. I think team fight's really the way to go when you're an Archon. Double damage on the TA. Oh. Shelter drains all his mana. Oh, barely picks it up in time. Oh, good golem. Fatal Bond's doing work. He's back with Aegis though. Wow. Game number 2. Hog. Anyone crazy? Mid Razor, you don't see a lot. They go Gyro again. A lot of Gyros this week. Wow. Lich again. That here's so boring, bro. Midnight, they go. Okay, so this is a pretty interesting. Again, it's a little bit greedy, but you can't. So like the Timber in itself is like a space creator. So if you're gonna have 2 heroes like Invoker who can farm heroes while he's farming jungle, and Lifestealer who wants to farm jungle, you need a hero like Timbersaw who's just gonna make space. So I actually like this a decent amount. If you start off super hot on the Timbersaw, especially against like Tidehunter, yeah, I mean, I just think it's pretty good. They're all basically physical except for the Lich, so it's a really good Timber game. I'm gonna go Midnight.Impulse draft here. I think they fixed their farm issues by having this Timbersaw and forcing Hog to focus so much on the Timbersaw that the Lifestealer and Invoker get to farm. Holy moly. This man's just trapped in wards. This Lich. He's gonna die to the burn damage, no! Run, Lich! So a nice 2-0 for Midnight.Impulse here. Both these games are pretty interesting. So like game 1, there weren't really any team fights. I mean, that one I showed was like the most team fight I could find. And then game 2, Hog had more kills. Between the Shaman and the Warlock, the Shaman and the Warlock died more than their team had kills. But if you look in the clip, it's because they're initiating and baiting the other team to put all their spells on them, and then their team was killing them. So not necessarily a bad thing, just saying the fact I thought was pretty interesting. So good showing from Midnight.Impulse here. Good series overall. I don't think Hog played bad at all. I mean, you look at it, they literally had more kills this game. Interesting series. The course is doing good, so can't complain at all. Alright, what is this? The 6th series? 6th series of the day. We got Red 5 versus pot of Sloth. I kind of forgot Red 5 was in it. Let's see. They go with a Huskar and a Naga Siren. Holy moly. Okay. You got the AA, which is good. Pot of Sloth. They go with a Broodmother. Sven. Holy cow. Okay. Lots to unpack here. So both these drafts are pretty greedy. The Naga Siren Illusions can deal with Broodmother late game pretty easily. I think Axe is good against Broodmother. Huskar I think is good against Sven and Broodmother. The 5-second net is good against Ember. I think overall Red 5's got a really decent draft here. You got AA versus Wyvern is so back and forth because it's like, well, AA stops the healing of Wyvern, but Does Wyvern really care that much? Wyvern does so much more than is just one heal, although that heal is nasty. So it like goes back and forth. You got good nation with the clockwork. 4 melee heroes, I'd be careful, especially against an axe and a Huskar. You definitely have to be careful here. I like Red 5's draft, but I think Sloth doesn't have a bad draft. Maybe a little bit greedy, but that's okay. This is a 3v if you get everyone back though. 3v4 took a Wyvern side.
They don't think there's going to be any buyback. Sven coming in, he does have that BKB finished up, all nice.
Spiders
fancy.
wrapping around.
Enemy teams come to him.
I see you hookshotting right now.
He's really far out there. He doesn't manage to get off the BKB.
Oh, unfortunate.
The ultimate from the Huskar Lance, but he does manage to avoid all of the damage.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The axe can just call everybody, but he still goes down.
Huskar is holding the Sven a bit back. He still has Godfrey though. Yeah, it's rough. Okay, AL did land on 2. Spider is in big trouble here. Ember also going down. Double kill by the Naga. The Clockwork tried to finish off the Huskar, was so close, but didn't quite get it. Ultimate from the Winter Wyvern, hold back the Naga for a little bit, but Ned is up and he has mech style. This is one in trouble Winter Wyvern. Buyback from the Emperor, and he does get to the Winter Wyvern before she dies. He does a buyback.
Alright, game 2, Pot of Sloth. They go offlane Lycan. Wow, so they're going a lot of push here. You don't see a lot of Lycan, you don't see a lot of PA anymore. But the DP and the Lycan, you can take towers so fast. Red 5, they're going to go with mid Magnus, which is interesting. Is this an offlane Ogre Magai? Offlane Ogre Magai. They got, you don't see a lot of Shadow Demon either. I'm going to go with Pot of Sloth here, but I'm very intrigued by Red 5's draft. You get the mid Magnus, but he doesn't have like a partner to pair it with, which means he has to be the melee doing all the damage. Yeah, I'll go Pot of Sloth. I'm very interested in their draft. I like this push a lot. And then Red 5, the offlane Ogre. I've seen it been done before, but it's always interesting to me to see.
Which I think is to the advantage of Meridian. Big team fight here. No
ultimate.
Like gets a big stuff on 2 there. Gyro does TP.
Oh my god, this Gyro is...
Double kill for the Gyro. They're gonna spot out this AA. Godlike triple kill.
Holy crap, this Gyro is so fanged. Alrighty, a nice 2-0 for Red 5 standing by. I think this was a pretty good series, honestly. I mean, game 1 was crazy, right? It was pretty intense to the end. I know Broodmiller split push in there, especially in that clip we saw. Ended up getting mega creeps and win the game on Red 5 though. Yeah, I mean, still they almost got all their outer towers. Pretty good game. And then game 2, we saw that fight. It looked like it was going really well for Pot of Sloth, and the Gyro came in. The Gyro was just so farmed. 26,000 net worth. Almost, wait, it was. No, because that's 27. Almost double net worth of the closest person on Pot of Sloth. I mean, this Gyro was just so farmed. So, I mean, the Ogre was the second farmed person in the game. That Hand of Midas. Pretty good series. Alrighty, the 7th series of the week. We got Hunt Echoes versus Prancing Roosters. Jumping in. Prancing Roosters. They go with the Clinks. You don't see Clinks too often. It's a middle Clinks. They go... Is this a 4-position... No. 4-position... Viper, maybe? Question mark? I don't know what their 4-position Sand King? I don't know. It's very greedy. Hunt, 4-position Silencer for Cookie. A little bit different. Usually it's like a sniper or something. You got this offlane Hoodwink. Ugh. I don't like it, guys. Mid Venge, though, and carry Chaos Knight. You know what, though? I say that. I think... Hunt's draft is pretty not greedy, right? Like, they just want to run at you, and then even the Chaos Knight, to an extent, can run at you anytime his ulti's off cooldown. So he gets pretty fat. I mean, he had a heart at 23 minutes. So I like this comparatively to Prancing Roosters, because I think Prancing Roosters is a really greedy draft. I mean, I honestly can't even tell you who has farm priority here. It looks like everyone here had even farm priority almost, I think, with the exception of Wraith King and I think the Sand King and Viper have even farm priority, so maybe they play like a 3.5, kind of like Secret does. So I'll go Hunt here, but very interesting drafts all around. Looks like they're pushing high ground, pushing mid. Jenkins says never to push mid, always push the side lanes. So you get wrapped on. A good swap though, they killed the Viper instantly. buyback though. Oh, good Warlock ulti. No Fatal Bonds though. Is that a double Silencer ulti? And now the Sand King's dead. Wow. He must have Refresher or something. Wraith King died too. He got his ulti off. Yeah, he does have Refresher. Good Phoenix Egg. And all these buybacks though, and Hunt's using all their spells. You gotta run away. Oh my god, they almost T-wipe. They do T-wipe them. Alrighty, game 2, Prancing Roosters. They go with Underlord Zeus. I like that. I actually like this draft for Prancing Roosters a lot. It's so well-rounded. You got the Wyvern too, which is so good. Draft's been picked up a decent amount recently, I've seen. Hunt, they're gonna go with this offlane Hoodwink and Mid-Venge again. And no, they had the Wraith King last game. Again, I don't love this offlane Hoodwink. I know a lot of teams like this Mid-Venge. It's not my favorite, but if a lot of teams like it, then I'm in the minority. I'm going to go Prancing Roosters here anyway, just because I think this draft is super well-rounded. You got a couple people to tank, one person in the backline to auto-attack. You got Zeus spells. You got Teamfighter Wyvern. And I just think it's really well-rounded, so I'll go Prancing Roosters. They probably could have just won off of that last fight.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Yes, indeed. Radiant's top barracks died with honor.
Oh my god, the swap again. Another swap? Wait, what? Let's get charges again? Actually, I don't know. And all the spells, this is like the last team fight for Prancing Roosters here, I'm guessing the last hurrah. You don't got buyback on a couple of heroes. Cookie's doing so much damage with that. Alrighty, a 2-0 for Hunt. I think Hunt is always in there getting scrims in, so they're a team that likes to play together a lot. I think they're a good team to practice against. Yeah, I mean, they're a good team. Prancing Roosters, I think this draft's a little bit too greedy. Ended up going there, right? Dude, these team fights, though, were crazy. I mean, both teams were just losing so many heroes, so super brawly game 1. I really enjoyed that one. Game 2, Hunt got a huge net. Look at this. For 10 minutes and nothing happened. It's just Hunt getting their lead up. They had a 5K lead, and they got it up to, yeah, 17K. So it's like a 10K net worth lead swing in 10 minutes because they're just starving them out. Really well done by Hunt. This game was pretty brawly too, but in the end, Hunt came out on top. So really good series overall. It was really fun to watch. Alright, the last series of the day, we got InstiGators vs Victoria's Secret for the memes. This one was interesting. So, for the memes, randomed both games. I don't know if they've done that before. Usually I just assume they don't do that, so I'll be the same way this game, but just a disclaimer. It actually wasn't terrible. I think I would have liked to see someone a little bit more greedy on their last random instead of the Skywrath Mage, maybe like a Spirit or a Carry, so then the Meepo could have not been the, I guess, who was the, it was Pudge Carry this game or something? I mean, the Skywrath did a bunch of damage, but overall, eventually the Skywrath fell off. InstiGators got a Troll for the late game. Yeah, I mean, Lesh is good at taking towers. I think it's pretty decent against the Meepo because you do damage to all of them, so you don't have to target one. You got to see a Chad Oracle. I don't know how often we see that anymore. So overall, I like the InstiGators draft, but again, 40 memes randomed. They got some tough randoms. I was about to ban the Meepo. We tried to ban hard heroes that they would random into, so, you know, we didn't want them to. Unfortunately, they did random into a Meepo, and then you're like, well, I don't know if anyone plays Meepo, so good luck. But it was a good game 1.
Smoke play out. They're going to blink forward like the spike, but blinking a little bit too early. Not managed to find a hero. They catch the Atos out onto Studio Jiggly. He's not going to die yet, managing to dodge some of the projectiles. Disengage. Ares looking for something. Caught in the stun though. He hasn't used Dismember yet. They're trying to push someone forward. Cheese popped for Studio Jiggly. He is just ready to rumble with that pulse. There's a finger under Robbie. They're going to try and get him, but no. Robbie goes down right as he starts up the lasso. First life for Boobin is gone as he has dove deep. They had the false promise onto Studio Jiggly, and now Boobin able to just wreck apart Fox. The only one left alive is Lucas.
Game number 2, 40 memes random again. I think we went a little memey as well, as you'll see in a second. This random is actually pretty good. I mean, you could do what I would have done is a mid-tiny offlane Alk, 4-position Tusk, 5-position Hoodwink, carry Gyro. I actually don't even know if that's what they did. This was off. Okay, so they carry Alk, 5-position Tiny. Yeah, I don't even know. But again, Gyrocopter went off this game. Another Gyro just did really well. We did mid-pudge, 5-position Techies. Yeah, I mean, it's just really meme. I think this lane's not great with the Centaur Earthshaker. I think this lane's pretty bad with the Techies Drow Ranger, but hey, it is what it is. I think it was a pretty decent game. I like 40 memes draft here actually better, and they all random, so that's interesting.
They throw down the Sentry as well. They know immediately demolishing the green mines, and now Commodity in with a toss. Mike the Spike finds a Sun onto one, snowball forward onto Mike. Caught in the ice shards, blink forward from positive attitude. They might find Fox, but down goes Mike the Spike. Positive attitude as well. Fox even going to survive on that one. Finally picked up by Chad in the mine. Call down up to the high ground. Down goes everyone. Lucas surviving on a sliver of health, but the buyback, they get the first life off him with a blink forward from positive attitude. Commodity dangerously low, but Lucas is back in to fight. Going to bring that positive attitude, gets the rampage, and looking for more. Still pummeling away with all of those buybacks. Boobin has to run, Chad cutting through the trees, and Lucas, even after losing his first life, is still an absolute monster.
Aw, dude, what a great way to end the week with a staged cast. I mean, come on, guys. And it was a good series. We got a 1-1. Game 1 was pretty interesting. I think literally 40 memes were playing super well, and then they just didn't have anyone that could carry them through the late game. And then you see this tank. It's like literally at 30 minutes. It's just InstiGators' favorite. I mean, that's to say, I think we played it really close the first 30 minutes. I don't think it was super their favorite, but you see they're winning the team fights. But I think we're always like one play away. Like if I was able to get my ulti off, or if I, you know, put my magic immunity on the person getting Skywrath ulti. So we were always like one play away, and then we ended up coming on top. And then game 2, I didn't realize it was this close until literally that team fight at the top tier 1 tower. The Gyrocopter was just unkillable. We were that if we had killed the Gyrocopter that fight, I think this is a totally different game. But we were just so split up, and I think that's a communication issue, a targeting issue for sure. But again, you know, really good series. I think 40 memes. That was probably one of the funner series I've ever had, and it was casted by Stage. Ugh, I forgot about that, so I gotta go back and watch that series now. Watch the Stage cast, but. Really fun series, really good series overall. 1-1. Was that the only 1-1? That was the only 1-1. I'm going to have to say it was series of the week. It was the only 1-1. I don't like to do it. I feel biased, but one, it was fun. It was fun to watch, casted by Staged, and it was a 1-1. I feel like it's got to be series of the week. Alright guys, I'm going to cop out a little bit here and not do rankings. I just feel like I don't know enough about this week or this week to do solid rankings. I'll still do some predictions. They're probably going to be pretty terrible because I don't know what all the teams are doing rank wise. I think it's pretty fair to just say the Swiss format set teams up where if you look at the score on the website, that's a pretty decent idea of where teams will be in the rankings. You know, you'll have the top teams higher up with more wins just because of the Swiss format. It pits you against the better teams, and then the top teams always come out on top. So ignoring that, we'll just do predictions this week. You know, I don't know if anyone's really looking forward to the rankings or whatnot, but I just don't feel like I could do it and have it make sense. I mean, it never really matters anyway, so it's kind of just my opinion, but now I just don't even feel confident in my opinion. So we'll just ignore that. We'll jump in for some predictions here. We got Prancing Roosters versus GRIN. I think this will be a 1-1. I can see both teams 2-0 in here. I think this is a pretty even matchup. Should be a good one. Dingos versus Extra. I think this is one of the top half matchups, right? You got Dingos who are high up and Extra. I think Dingos are decently high. I'm going to give Extra the edge with 2-0. I think they're just playing extremely well this season. Wouldn't be surprised if they went into playoffs with a number 1 seed or number 2. Red 5 versus Victoria Series 6 player. This is tough because I can see Red 5 winning 2-0. I could see it being a 1-1, but I'm going to give the edge to 6th player. I just think... Ooh, 0-5. I could just see them winning 2-0. I think it's most likely, but I would not be shocked in the slightest if it was 1-1 or a 2-0 for Red 5. I think the series really could go either way. We got Goon Squad versus Copium Krab. Similar to Dingos versus Extra, I think Goon Squad's very good. Definitely top half of the league. I just think Copium Krab is like one of the top 2 teams right now, so I'm going to give them the edge, but I would not be shocked if Goon Squad took a game off them or 1-2. I think Goon Squad's a very good team. Midnight.Impulse prefers bunnies and rats. I almost said bats and runnies. That would be weird. Let's see. I could see this being a 1-1. I could also see either team winning 2-0. I think these teams are fairly close, if I'm not too mistaken. But again, I haven't done rankings in a while. But I could see it being going either way. Pot of Sloth versus hog.lmao. I want to give the edge to Pot of Sloth, but I'm not convinced. Where are these? Yeah, they both have 3 wins right now. I'll say 1-1, but I wouldn't be surprised if either team 2-0'd here. Harpies versus Gator. Where's Harpies? They got 4 wins this season. We have 4 wins, but 2 of them were from a forfeit, so that's kind of tough. I want to get the edge to Harpies here. I'll say they have a 2-0, but I wouldn't be shocked if we 1-1 or we pull out a 2-0. UnRivaled versus Hunt. This is going to be a really good matchup. I'll say 1-1. Would not be shocked if UnRivaled 2-0'd. I think they're playing extremely well recently. I think Hunt is also playing really well, so I'll say 1-1. And yeah, that'll be it for this week. Again, apologies for not doing last week. Not sure if I'll probably do next week. Okay, here's the issue. I have to drive my brother to the airport on Tuesday. So I'm not sure when I'll be able to edit the video. But I'll let you guys know in the Discord if I'm doing a video or if it's getting delayed a day or whatnot. So just check Discord. But good luck, have fun.